welcome to PowerTalk podcast, the show where we explore the most pressing issues related to food security. I'm your host, Timotius, and in today's episode we have a special guest joining us to shed light on the challenges and solutions in the world of food security. In this episode, we'll examine how a variety of global threats from fuel, financial crisis, geopolitical tensions, climate change, and even unexpected supply disruptions like the foot and mouth disease. What is that? So foot and mouth disease is actually a highly contagious disease that deeply affects the production of livestock. This disease estimated to circulate in 77% of the global livestock populations. So we'll discuss the importance of both mitigations and anticipations in addressing these threats, with a particular focus on strengthening national food reserves. The interconnected of these challenges can have profound impacts on our access to nutritious food, both at the local and global levels. As we engage in this conversation, our aim is to shed light on the complexities of food security and explore potential solutions to ensure a more resilient and secure food supply. So fasten your seatbelt for an insightful journey through the complex world of food security, global threats, and the measures needed to protect our national food reserves. Without further ado, let's introduce our expert guest for today. So our guest today is Dian.
Hello everyone, thank you Leonnard. It's a pleasure to be here and discuss for these critical topics.
Great. Dian is an expert in food security with over 6 years experience, and Dian has dedicated his career to improve some access to nutritious food around the world. So Dian, welcome to the show. Let's begin to understand what food security means to you so that the listener can have a clear definition of food security and explain why it's such a vital issue in today's world.
Yeah, absolutely, Leonnard. So the food security is the multi-phase concept that goes beyond simply having enough food to eat. It encompasses 4 key components. They are access, availability, utilization, and also the stability. Access refers to the ability of the individuals, household, and the communities to obtain adequate, safe, and nutritious food. It's not just about the physical proximity of food source, but also affordability and the means to transport and store food. Availability is about the physical presence of food within a given region or market. It's a result of various factors, including agriculture, production, trade, and distribution system. Utilization focus on the nutritional value and safety of the food we consume. It is not enough to have access to the food, but it must to be high quality and provide the necessary nutrient for health and well-being. Stability pertains to the predictability and consistency of the access of the food over time. It is influenced by the factor like price stability, infrastructure, and also safety nets. The reason food security is such a vital issue in today's world is that it affects not only individuals and communities but entire nations. When food security is compromised, it can lead to the malnutrition, hunger, and even social and political unrest. Moreover, the global challenge we face today have made it even more critical.
Indeed, right. The challenges we face are very complex, but understanding the components of food security is crucial first step. So maybe you can share a little bit why food security is a global issue that transcends borders.
Yeah, food security is undeniably a global issue now. It transcends border because our world is more interconnected than ever before. The production and distribution of food involve web of international trade and cooperation. When one part of this web faces challenges, it can ripple across the globe. Take climate change, for example.
Yeah.
The impact of the changing weather patterns can disrupt crop production, not only in the one country but across entire regions. Geopolitical tension can lead to trade disruptions, affecting the availability of certain food in various nations. Furthermore, as our global population continues to grow, so does the demand for food. This further amplifies the importance of the food security, as we need to ensure that we can feed billions of people while also preserving our environment.
So it's very clear that food security isn't just a matter of having enough food on the table. It is a complex, interconnected issue that demands full attention of us. I can share you a little bit of today's news about food security. So currently Asia is having a long dry season, which of course also impact Indonesia, our lovely country. People is facing a limited water resource both for daily needs and for crop planting. Because of this weather phenomena, according to Badan Pusat Statistik Indonesia, farmers can only produce 30 million ton rice. And they do not have crop standing because they do not have water irrigations. So this is also impacting to the increase of price of rice. You can feel it also on these days, right? Which reduce consumer buying power. And according to CNBC Indonesia, Indonesia has decided to do rice import from 1.6 million ton from Vietnam, Thailand, and Cambodia. So as we continue our conversation here, we will explore the global challenges and disparities related to food security. So stay with us as we navigate these critical topics. So now, maybe since we already have a better understanding on food security, let's deep dive into the current issue, Dian. So can you highlight some of the pressing challenges and disparities related to food security worldwide?
So absolutely, Bernard. But before I answer your question, I would like to add information that there is a global food security index. We normally call GFSI. GFSI score shows country food security status. So the GFSI is a comprehensive tool that assess and measure food security on the global scale. It provides valuable insight into the state of food security in different countries, helping governments, organizations, and individuals understand where improvements are needed and how to address critical issues. The GFSI score is composed of several key components that offer a holistic view of a country's food security. These components are availability, affordability, quality and safety, and also the last one is sustainability. So let's deep dive each one by one. For the availability score, this component of the GFSI assesses the physical presence of food within a given region. It takes into account factors such as agricultural production, food import, and the overall supply of food. A high availability score implies that there is an ample to consistent food supply, which is a fundamental aspect of food security. It is essential for ensuring that people have access to the food they need. The second one is about the affordability score. The affordability score examines the economic aspect of the food security. It considers factors like food prices, income levels, and access to the financial resources. The high affordability score indicates that food is affordable and accessible to a broad range of the population. It is essential for preventing hunger and malnutrition, especially among vulnerable and low-income groups. Quality and safety score. The quality and safety score focus on the nutritional value and safety of the food supply. It encompasses aspects such as food safety regulations, the presence of the contaminants, and the nutritional content of the available food. A high quality and safety score means that the food supply is safe to consume and provides adequate nutrition. Ensuring food quality and safety is crucial for maintaining the public health and well-being. The last one is about the sustainability score.
Yeah.
The topic that is more and more become the hot issue currently. The sustainability score is a critical component that evaluates the long-term impact of a country's food production and consumption. It considers factors like agriculture practices, resource management, and environmental impact. A high sustainability score indicates that the country is actively working to produce food in environmentally sustainable way, ensuring that the needs of the future generations can also be met. Sustainability is key preventing resource depletion and ecological damage associated with the food production. So the combination of these four scores in the GFSI provides a comprehensive assessment of a country's overall food security situation. By analyzing each component, policymakers and organizations can identify strengths and the weakness in their food security effort and develop strategies to improve them. The GFSI is a valuable tool for fostering the international cooperation, as it allows countries to learn from one another's experience and work together to ensure that people around the world have access to safe, affordable, and nutritious food. Indonesia itself in 2022 ranked 63 out of 113 countries, up 6 ranking compared to 2021, with a score of 60.2. The most significant increase was in the aspect of sustainability, but decrease in the aspect of availability. Food security of country is linear, with the food reserve controlled by the government. So now let's move into your exact question, climate change. The connection between climate change and food security is becoming increasingly evident. Change in the climate patterns can affect various aspects of food production and availability, and that in turn can lead to food insecurity. Just look around currently, today. Today we do this podcast while raining and also a lot of thunder, which we never experienced this before a long time ago. But now the drought is become longer, and then after that suddenly rainy, huge rain, and also a huge wind and thunders. Let's take a closer at this. Countries with the higher climate vulnerability are more likely to face challenges related to the food security. This vulnerability often stems from the impact of the climate change, including factors like rising temperatures, shifting rainfall patterns, and extreme weather events. For instance, the prolonged drought can diminishing crop yield, and excessive rainfall can lead to flooding and waterlogged field. This weather extreme directly impact the agricultural productivity and subsequently the availability of the food. Such disruption can lead to price fluctuation, which can make food less affordable and accessible for vulnerable populations.
Oh, that's very crucial insight, Dian. And do you know that Ministry for Public Works has been allocating 1 trillion IDR to build dam and irrigation projects since 2022 until now. And the progress of these completions is 82%, and this project can support 21 hectare cropland for Indonesian farmer. Bravo to our government. So this can be another alternative solutions when long dry seasons is happening. As we are discussing this, it becomes clear that climate change is a global challenge that has no borders. It affects not only crop yields, but also the livelihoods of millions of people. I also want to highlight that Indonesia is considered a region with medium climate vulnerability. Given this, what actions can country like Indonesia take to raise awareness and anticipate the potential for food crisis?
Yeah, well, Indonesia indeed falls into the category of region with medium climate vulnerability right now. The first step is to raise awareness about the interconnectedness of the climate change and the food security. Governments, organizations, and communities need to acknowledge the risks and the challenges they face. I will come back on your update related to the Minister for Public Works.
Yeah.
But then I would like to share some information. Anticipation of the climate change is vital. It means implementing measures to reduce the potential impact of the climate change on food security. This might involve first adopting climate resilience agriculture, which means developing and promoting agricultural practices that are better suited to changing climate conditions, such as drought-resistant crops. Second is improving water management.
Yeah.
Efficient use of water resources and creating systems to manage water during periods of scarcity. Third, diversifying food resource, encouraging the cultivation of variety of the crops to reduce reliance on a single staple. The fourth, early warning system, establishing early warning system to anticipate extreme weather events and mitigate their impact. And the last one is about the social safety nets, which mean developing safety nets to ensure vulnerability population have access to food in times of the crisis. These are just a few examples, but the key lies in being proactive, adaptive, and ensuring that the lesson learned from the climate induced food crisis inform future policies and practices. Come back to your information update. I can see the Indonesia government now is doing a very good job on the mitigating disruption on agriculture due to the climate.
Well. Thank you for the comprehensive explanation, Dian. The challenges posed by climate change are both global and local, and our discussion like this are essential in raising awareness and inspiring actions. As we move forward, it's important to recognize that the issues we are discussing today are not isolated. They intersect with other threats like geopolitical tensions, economic stability, and supply disruptions, which can further exacerbate food insecurity. Stay with us as we continue to explore these critical challenges. In our ongoing discussions about food security, we have explored the global challenges, climate change, and the interconnected of these issues. Now let's shift our focus to innovative solutions and strategies that are making a positive impact. So, Dian, we understand that the total nation food production is significantly contributed to by the 10 largest national rice producers, including East Java, West Java, Central Java, South Sulawesi, South Sumatra, Lampung, North Sumatra, Banten, and Aceh. It's interesting to note that the South Sulawesi stands out as the province with the most rice surplus, while Jakarta faces the most significant rice deficits. So maybe could you elaborate on this and how it impacts the food security?
Yeah, certainly, Leonnard. The distribution of the rice production and surplus varies across the province in Indonesia. Provinces like South Sulawesi have a surplus because they produce more rice than their local consumption demand. On the other hand, densely populated areas like Jakarta experience a deficit as their rice production falls short of meeting local needs. This discrepancy highlights the importance of the efficient distribution system to ensure that surplus regions can support deficit regions. The challenge is to establish a network that allows the surplus to reach the deficit areas promptly and efficiently.
Distribution is indeed a key factor,
Exactly.
in ensuring food security. Now I'd like to delve into specific initiatives. There is a proposal for cooperation between Ministry of Agriculture, the National Food Authority, and Perum Bulog to strengthen food security in Indonesia. is an ambitious plan that targets a total area of 5,000 hectares.
500,000.
500,000 hectares, sorry. Providing support in terms of seeds, fertilizer, irrigations, network, and tools.
Yep.
Can you shed more light on this proposal and its potential impact?
The proposal for the cooperation between these key entities is a commendable step in the right directions. It aims to address several aspects of food security stimulously. By targeting the significant area of 500,000 hectares, they are taking steps to boost production. Support in the form of seeds, fertilizers, and the irrigation is crucial as it enhances crop yields and overall productivity. The development of a robust network ensures that the food reaches consumers effectively and that surplus region can help meet demands of the deficit regions. Furthermore, farmers training and counseling are invaluable component of this proposal. They equip farmers with the knowledge and skill needed to adapt to changing climate conditions and implement modern agricultural practices. The ultimate goal is to achieve a target of 5.2 tons per hectare. This not only ensures an adequate food supply but also contributes to economic stability in rural areas by increasing farmers' income.
Glad to hear that. It's such an inspiring to see such comprehensive initiatives taking shapes. But beyond this, another critical aspect of food security is the optimization of transportation networks, which is distributions. It's not only about productions, but also efficient distributions. For instance, optimizing the use of sea tolls or toll-out airplane cargo and other transportation modes can help stabilize inter-regional food supply and prices. So Dian, can you elaborate on how this transportation optimizations can benefit the food securities?
Yeah, absolutely, Bernard. The efficient transportation network play a vital role in ensuring food security. The optimization of modes like toll out, or you can see sea tolls, airplane cargo, and other transport methods facilitated the rapid and cost-effective movement of food from surplus to deficit regions. For example, using sea tolls can significantly reduce transportation costs, making it more affordable to transport food to areas which are deficit. Airplane cargo can ensure that perishable goods reach their destinations safely. Combining various models of transport creates a resilient and adaptive system that can counteract disruption caused by, for instance, extreme weather events. Stabilizing inter-regional food supply not only addresses immediate food security needs but also contribute to the price stability. When food can move efficiently across the region, it prevents sudden price spikes and ensures the affordability for all customers. Remember that what I said before, provinces like South Sulawesi have a surplus because of the produce more rice than their local consumption demand. On the other hand, densely populated area like Jakarta experience a deficit as their rice production falls short of meeting local needs. So better distribution infrastructure will help to mitigate this issue.
Thank you Dian for giving us an insight on these crucial strategies and solutions. Our discussion today emphasized that while challenges are real, proactive measures and innovation solutions are equally tangible. As we progress in our conversation, we will explore more aspects of food security, so including the importance of international cooperations and the role of technology. So please stay with us as we continue our journey. So Dian, I'm sure our listeners would like to hear about your personal experience in the field of food security. Can you please help to share some stories or insights from your work? But before you explain that, you have had extensive experience working in a sustainability-driven company called DSM Animal Nutrition and Health. Also, can you tell us more about your role and the initiatives you have been involved in reduce emissions and enhance sustainability, particularly regarding animal nutrition.
Yeah, certainly, Leonnard. I'm really proud to work in DSM Animal and Nutrition, particularly in Indonesia.
Yeah.
So at DSM, I've had the privilege of working closely with the feed nutritionists and expert to increase the digestibility of the nutrient in the animal feed. The goal is to reduce the emissions associated with animal agriculture, a significant contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. So how is possible? One of the key ways we have worked to enhance digestibility is using enzymes. Using enzymes in animal feeds are remarkable biological catalysts that can break down the complex compounds in a feed, making it easier for the animal to absorb essential nutrients. This not only improves the overall efficiency of the animal's digestion, but also to reduce the amount of undigested nutrients that end up as a waste. And when we talk about the waste, in the context of animal agriculture, we are often referring to the phosphorus and nitrogen emissions. These emissions can be harmful to the environment, so contributing to the water pollution and also ecological issues. By increasing the digestibility, we help reduce the environmental footprint of the animal farming by lowering phosphorus and nitrogen emissions. It is a win-win solution, Leonnard. Animals get more nutrient from their feed, while the environment benefit from reduce the nutrient pollutions. Another important aspect of our work at DSM is the role of the vitamins in the animal nutrition. Vitamins play a crucial role in the animal health and overall lifetime's performance. Ensuring the animal receive the right balance of the vitamins in their diet not only enhance their well-being but also result in increase the productivity. For example, vitamin supplementation can improve the growth and productive performance of the livestock. This means healthier animals that produce more over their lifetime. When animals are more productive, it reduces the need of additional resource and lower the environmental impact of the agriculture. So at the DSM, we are not just focused on the optimizing the animal nutrition, but also on finding way to make animal agriculture more sustainable by reducing the emission and enhancing animal performance. It is part of our commitment to creating a more environmentally responsible and efficient food production system. One of the key initiatives I've been a part of this is development of a platform called Sustel. This platform, years in the making and continually updated, created in a collaboration with the key partners and experts. It is designed to measure the environmental footprint of animal protein production system in a more accurate and comprehensive way. It is not only provide insights but also science-based recommendation for improvements, which is crucial for enhancing the sustainability.
That's truly a remarkable work of yours, Dian. Sustainability in the context of animal protein production is a critical aspect of addressing food security and reducing environmental impact. We have mentioned that DSM is deeply concerned about climate change, and your company takes active steps to mitigate its impact. Can you please elaborate so the listener can understand on the company's commitment to climate actions and its approach to reduce greenhouse gas emissions?
Yeah, absolutely. DSM is acutely aware of the pressing issue of the climate change. We recognize that it is not just environment concern. It is a matter that profoundly affect people and communities around the world. To address climate change, DSM closely manage its absolute greenhouse gas emission reduction, greenhouse gas efficiency, and energy efficiency. Achieving ambitious targets related to emission forms a part of the company core strategy. In fact, in May 2018, we established €1 billion revolving credit facility that links the interest rate to our greenhouse gas emission reductions.
Wow.
DSM is dedicated to enabling a low carbon economy. The company's diverse portfolio includes sustainable materials and innovative farming method. Nearly 2/3 of our offerings fall under the category of brighter living solution, which are not only high performing but also have a measurably positive environmental and social impact.
Wow, it's very inspiring to see companies like DSM taking such a proactive approach to address climate change and promote sustainability. These efforts align with the belief that environmental and societal advances can drive economic prosperity. As we wrap this segment, Dian, what is your perspective on the significance of global efforts to limit temperature rise and mitigate climate change, particularly in the context of food security?
Yeah, the significance cannot be overstated, Bernard. We are at the crucial juncture where the action we take will determine the future of our planet and the well-being of billions of people. The goal of limiting temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial level is essential. Failing to achieve this could have catastrophic consequences, from melting ice caps to rising sea levels and extreme heat wave. It is not just about climate, it is about the livelihood and safety of countless individuals. But this a brighter future within reach. We have the opportunity to drive economic prosperity through environmental and social advances. The new climate economy report cited a $26 trillion opportunity. By coming together, we can catch this opportunity and lead by examples.
Wow, thank you, Dian, for sharing your experience and insights on this crucial topic. Your work and commitment of the companies like DSM are pivotal in the global efforts to address food security and climate change. In our next segment, we will discuss on the importance of international cooperations and the role of technology in advancing food security. Please stay with us. And for you, Dian, from your perspective, I really look forward to explore more in our upcoming segment.
Thank you, Bernard. I'm eager to continue our conversation as well.
Welcome back to the PowerTalk podcast, where we have been exploring the multifacets world of food security and sustainability. As we move forward, we focus on a key aspect that underpins global efforts in addressing these challenges: international cooperations. So Dian, you've provided valuable insights into the critical work being done by organizations like DSM and the significance of climate actions in the context of food security in the previous segment. So in this segment, can you please help us? How essential is the international cooperation in tackling the complex issue we have discussed today?
International cooperation is absolutely pivotal. The challenges we face are global in nature. So climate change, food security, and sustainability are not confined by borders. To address them effectively, we need to collective action that transcends nation and region boundaries. When we look at the global supply chains, food production and environmental impact, it becomes clear that no single country or entity can tackle this issue in isolation. Cooperation on a global scale allows us to share knowledge, expertise, and resources. It enables us to learn from each other, success and challenge, and to collectively develop solutions that are impactful and sustainable.
Collaboration is indeed a key, and it's encouraging to see organizations and nations coming together to address these critical issues. The importance of international cooperations becomes even more evident when we consider the Global Food Security Index, or GFSI, that you have talked about, and its assessment of food security across different countries. Can you explain how the GFSI, or Global Food Security Index, and international collaboration intersect each other?
Well, the GFSI provides a standardized framework for SCM food security in the countries around the world.
Yeah.
It evaluates factors such as food availability, affordability, quality, and sustainability, as I already explained to you. The GFSI is a tool that enables countries to not only understand their own food security situation, but also compare their status to other nations. International collaboration plays a significant role in this context. By sharing the best practices, experience, and solution for improving food security, countries can learn from each other. Those with higher GFSI score can provide insight into what has worked, and those facing challenge can benefit from the experience of others. This exchange of knowledge and expertise is essential for raising the global standard of food security.
The collaborative exchange of knowledge and experiences are indeed valuable for both of them and for all of us. And it fosters a sense of shared responsibility in addressing these global challenges. In your view, Dian, what are some of the most promising forms of international cooperations, partnership, or initiatives that are making a positive impact in the realms of food security and sustainability?
There are several promising forms of international cooperation that are making a real impact, Leonnard. For example, partnership between the governments, international organizations, and private sectors entities are driving innovation and investment in sustainable agriculture. Initiatives that promote the exchange of the technologies and perspectives, like those focusing on the climate smart agriculture, are helping communities adapt to changing conditions. Collaboration among countries and regions can also lead to the creation of the regional food security network. This network can facilitate the sharing of the resources and food supplies in time of need. Furthermore, international initiatives and agreements such as the Sustainable Development Goal, or SDGs, set a framework for global cooperation. The SDGs include goals related to ending hunger, promoting sustainable agriculture, and taking climate actions. These are commitments that countries worldwide have agreed to work toward.
These initiatives are undeniably promising and essential in addressing the interconnected challenges of food security, climate change, and sustainability. They demonstrate the potential for collective actions on a global scale. As we conclude this segment, Dian, I want to express our gratitude for sharing your expertise and insights on this vital topic. In our next episode, we will go deeper into the role of technology and innovations in advancing food security and sustainability. Okay, we wrap up these episodes. Let's summarize what we have learned today about food security. Our discussion today has highlighted the intricate connections between climate change, food security, and the critical role of international cooperations. Dian, as we conclude, it's evident that mitigating climate change is paramount in managing food security. The Indonesian government has taken significant steps with the Minister of Public Works allocating funds to build essential infrastructure like dams and irrigation system, the finalization of tol laut, the sea toll network promises to ensure more equitable food distributions across the archipelago. Collaborating with all stakeholders is essential in these efforts, bringing together government, industry, communities to create resilient and sustainable food system. Our guest Dian from DSM has also shared on how the private sector can contribute to reduce climate change. Their dedications to greenhouse gas reductions, sustainable materials, and innovative farming methods exemplifies the commitment of organizations toward a low carbon economy. By implementing solutions like Sustel, they are making significant strides in sustainability and food security. And the importance of international cooperation cannot be overstated, just like as you said. It's only through shared of responsible and collective actions that we can address the global challenges we have discussed today. Initiatives like the GFSI provide a standardized framework across the globe for assessing and improving food security worldwide. By learning from each other, experience, and exchanging best practices, countries can collectively raise the global standard of food security. So we wrap up this episode. Let's remember that the choices we make today have profound impact, significant impact on our shared future. By managing climate change, bolstering food security, and working together across borders, we can create a more resilient and sustainable world for all. Dian, your insights and expertise has been invaluable, and I want to express my gratitude for your contributions to these conversations. We look forward to continue our exploration on the vital topics in the future episodes. Thank you, our listeners, for tuning in to PowerTalk podcast. We hope you found this episode informative and inspiring. Please stay with us for our next video, where we will deep dive into the role of technology and innovations in advancing food security and sustainability. Until then, take care and remember, our collective efforts make a world difference. Thank you, Dian.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.